Intention is very important. Sincerity in action, any action that we do, sincerity is very important. Because without sincerity, there is no reward. In fact, on the day of judgment, Allah will tell this person, you did it for him or her, go and get it from them. You did that action for them, not for me. Go get it from them. This is why, how to maintain sincerity in action. We check our intention before the action, while doing the action, and after the action. How to keep ourselves checked that our intention is for the sake of Allah. Intention before the action, while doing the action, and after the action. And then ask Allah Azza wa Jal for forgiveness. You know what is the sunnah of the Prophet ﷺ? When Nabi ﷺ would finish his salah, he would do astaghfirullah. He would say astaghfirullah. He would do istighfar. Now, according to a normal mentality is, istighfar is done only on when you have committed a sin. So why do we do istighfar when we finish salah? Is that something we did wrong? Is this a sin that we committed? No. If there was a lacking in any of the actions of salah, if there were some deficiencies left in any of the actions of salah, Allah Azza wa Jal with this istighfar will fulfill it. And if there was a problem with the intention, Allah will forgive me for that. So sincerity is number one. Number two, that Hajj or any action should be done on the basis of obeying the commandments of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, merely when those actions are done by your wealth, to make sure your wealth is pure and clean. Make sure your wealth is pure and clean. It's something which is recommended by Sharia. It's not been diluted with the sin, with haram, with disobedience of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Because the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said that you will see a person. You will see a person. He is traveling. And due to the difficulties of travel, even his appearance does not look appealing. He's holding the door, he's holding the cloth of the Kaaba, and he's raising his hand. فَمَطْعَمُهُ حَرَامٌ وَمَشْرَبُهُ حَرَامٌ فَأَنَّى يُسْتَجَابُ. His eating was haram, his drinking was haram, he was indulgent in haram. How Allah is going to accept his prayer? One of the key points, Sa'ad bin Abi Waqqas radiallahu anhu came to the Prophet ﷺ and he said, Ya Rasulullah, I want to become amongst those people whose du'as are always accepted. So Nabi ﷺ told him that, Ya Sa'ad, atib mat'amak takun tastajab. Make sure you have clean, make sure the thing that goes into your stomach is clean. Allah will accept your prayer. You don't need to worry about anything else about it. You don't need to worry about anything else. Just make sure that thing goes into your stomach is clean. Allah is going to accept all your prayers. Every dua before you even raise your hand has been accepted. Number three, you're going for Hajj or you do any action, you are not doing a favor to Allah or anyone else. You are doing a favor to yourself. So a lot of times this mentality develops. When you're going for Hajj, you start bossing people around as if you're doing a favor on them by coming for Hajj. As if you are doing a favor on them by coming for Hajj. No, you're not doing a favor. You're doing a favor to yourself. And in fact, you should be fortunate that Allah accepted you for that fact, for that matter. So the spirit of Hajj is what? It's service to humanity. A Sahabi came, Ya Rasulullah, ma birrul Hajj. What is the most accepted Hajj? Because the Prophet ﷺ said an accepted Hajj has no other reward but Jannah, paradise. So Sahabi said, wa ma birruha ya Rasulullah. What is the birr? What is the righteousness of Hajj? Nabi ﷺ said, it'amu ta'ami wa leenul kalam. Is to feed other people. Is to feed other people and to be lenient in your speech. Because these are the two things that you will need the most in this journey and in any travel that you do. So all of these things, a person prepares himself for. But at the end of the day, there are difficulties that would come on your way, and to accept it with full-heartedness, this is the spirit of Hajj. So those of us that Allah is taking us this year, we should go with that spirit of serving humanity. And the main thing is to ask Allah for forgiveness. Main thing is to ask Allah for forgiveness. The ummah is going through a lot of difficulties, a lot of problems. You have situation, conditions, either it's the disasters of people or is it the natural disaster. People are going through all these difficulties around the world. Make dua for yourself, your family, for those people. Allah brings peace on earth. Allah Azza wa Jal removes difficulties, trials and tribulations. And if you do with these principles in mind, these etiquettes in mind, you will see a change in your life.